These are this afternoon's top stories. Liat introduces straight flight between Barbados and St. Kitts. Barbados is now faced with the possibility of a national shutdown. And China's economic downturn is spreading to Hong Kong. Good afternoon. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday newscast. Today is Wednesday, 15th July 2015. I am Nisha David. In national news, Liat has introduced a straight flight between St. Kitts and Barbados, and that flight lands this afternoon at the Robert Fletcher International Airport. This summer, Liat, the Caribbean airline, has introduced a number of new services and non-stop routes effective as of today. The new service leaves Barbados to St. Kitts every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, with flights leaving at midday and returning in the early afternoon. A Liat press release says this move comes with an anticipation of an increase in the number of people traveling during the summer peak period. Liat also uses this opportunity to encourage customers to check in at least 2 hours prior to their scheduled time of departure, and that check-in closes 45 minutes before the plane departs. St. Kitts Nevis Amateur Athletics Association, the SKNAAA, has selected a team of 5 athletes and 2 officials to participate in the 9th IAAF World Youth Championships in Cali, Colombia. The delegation comprises of female athletes Kishonna Brooks, who will participate in the 100-meter hurdles, Hannah Mills, the 200 meters, and male athletes Will Griffin, the 100 meters and the 200 meters, Aljani Bridgewater, the 110-meter hurdles, and Jermaine Francis, the high jump. The officials are Grace Maritza Diaz as team leader and Donnell Esdell as head coach. These elite youth athletes are also listed for possible selection to the Commonwealth Youth Games team. The SKNAAA says selection to the national representative team requires that all athletes achieve the mandatory international qualifying standards set by IAAF and participate in the SKNAAA's National Youth Junior and Senior Championships. The IAAF World Youth Championships are held biannually and caters to athletes aged 16 and 17 years. A taste of TDC is what organizers of the inaugural St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week are calling the first of several cocktail tasting events. And it begins this Thursday during the Restaurant Week kickoff at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. How this works is that designated restaurants will create a signature TDC appetizer or cocktail that contains 3 secret ingredients beginning with T, D, and C. The general public is invited to come to the restaurant to taste the signature dish or cocktail and guess the secret ingredients. The person who guesses all the 3 secret ingredients correctly will win a prize from sponsor TDC. Taste of TDC will venture to the Ocean Terrace Inn this Friday, Montpelier Plantation and Beach on Nevis next Thursday, and the Fisherman's Wharf next Saturday. Starting times are from 5 p.m. During Restaurant Week, slated for July 16th to 26th, restaurants will offer special Restaurant Week menus at deeply discounted prices. The full list of participating restaurants is available at www.restaurantweek.kn. Regionally in Barbados, faced with the prospect of a national shutdown, Barbados social partners met yesterday, Tuesday, 14th July. Among them were the island's Commerce Minister, the Labour Minister, the Chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association, the head of the Barbados Employers Confederation, and the labor unions, all in the closed-door meeting. Barbados Today, Emmanuel Joseph has more in this story.
The go-slow involving customs and immigration for today is already starting to have an impact, at least at the Bridgetown port. A short while ago, we spoke to the Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Port Authority, David Jean-Marie, who said that the go-slow there has caused a backup of cargo. He says because of the slow rate of releasing cargo, that the backup has resulted. He also said that no contingency plans can be made to deal with that because of the release of cargo involved the customs. But he says the service to vessels has not yet been impacted. At the airport, the corporate communications officer there, Keith Goddard, says the airport is operational and they are monitoring the situation, but they said they have contingency plans to deal with any major impact. Meantime, the National Union of Public Workers, they're still collaborating with the Barbados Workers Union as to a date for the planned national shutdown. And so the situation as it stands is that the go slot, the port, is started to have an impact on the release of cargo, but at the airport so far there's been no major disruption, and the date for the planned shutdown is still being worked out.
In the Bahamas, the national bid on the country's minimum wage is expected to reach the halls of Parliament in the upcoming weeks as stakeholders are said to be in agreement on the issue. ZNS Sabina Moore has the details.
As the cost of living continues to increase here in the Bahamas and around the world, a proposed increase in minimum wage for the private sector from $150 to $210 per week could soon be a reality.
It's my understanding that the proposed bill will come up very shortly in Parliament for debate. I'm advised that will be in the next week or so.
President of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Kevin Seymour, says the pending increase in the minimum wage came as a result of a consultation between the government, the trade union movement, and the private sector.
I like the fact, though, that the private sector had some input into the decision, because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are going to be bearing the costs relative to these employees.
Internationally, the slowdown in the Chinese economy is having a spillover effect in the financial hub of Hong Kong. A dip in luxury retail sales and new visa restrictions for Chinese shoppers are only adding to the problem. Al Jazeera's Sarah Clark reports from Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is heaven for shoppers because there's so many things we can buy from here. The prices are good and there are so many choices.
This is the top city in Asia where you have the latest luxury and electronic goods.
No luxury sales tax here means items like watches, jewellery and cosmetics are cheaper. But this year, high-end retail sales on these items have fallen by up to 15%.
I have seen business go up and down in the past, but it's been very bad this year. Business has gone down severely.
In the last 4 years, more than 220 skyscrapers have gone up in the South Florida market. Few homes are a bargain, but some offer amazing luxury. Vicente Arenas of CBS This Morning reports from high above the Miami suburb of Sunny Isles Beach, where buying a Porsche is taking on new meaning.
America's housing market is soaring this morning in more ways than one. Sales nationwide are up more than 20% from the same period last year. The South Florida market is red hot. In the last 4 years, more than 220 skyscrapers have gone up. Few homes are a bargain, but some offer amazing luxury. Vicente Arenas is high above the Miami suburb of Sunny Isles Beach, where buying a Porsche is taking on new meaning. Vicente, good morning.
Good morning. You know, Miami is known for its flash and bling. Add to the list now, designer buildings like this one. I'm on the 44th floor, and what you're looking at now is a master bedroom, and there will be a car elevator that will bring you and your car to your own personal garage. And on the balcony here, there will be a private pool with a spectacular $17 million view of the ocean. When Juan Pablo Berdicuyo comes home, this is how he'll park his car in his garage.
This is awesome.
It's a ride for his ride, an elevator that carries cars and people to their condos on any of the 60 floors in the Porsche Design Tower. It's the first elevator of its kind.
It's unique, yeah, that's for sure. It is beyond crazy, beyond crazy. But this is a boy's toy.
Verdiquio, a 38-year-old shoe manufacturer, moved to Miami from Buenos Aires, Argentina a year and a half ago. He was so ecstatic about the new feature of the building, he plunked down nearly $4 million on a unit before construction even began.
It's going to be a landmark, not only in Miami landmark, a worldwide landmark.
The Porsche Design Tower will have 3 elevators, or deservators, named after the building's owner, Gil Desert.
The weather forecast valid until 8 a.m. tomorrow says that the winds will be blowing from the east-northeast to the east at 13 to 21 miles per hour on land, but reaching 25 miles per hour over open waters. Therefore, seas will be moderate with the waves reaching up to 6 feet. For that reason, small craft operators and the sea bathers should exercise caution. Tonight, skies will be mostly fair and hazy with chances for showers remaining low. That brings us to the end of this ZIZ Midday newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thanks for joining us. Continue enjoying your wishful Wednesday. I'm Nisha David.